trying to have a good time. Nope. Who the hell are you? What the hell?
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good reels. You don't have to. Your boy Brad, the Brett man's right over there. The anticipation is over. The wait is finally over. We've been talking about this movie for a year now. Scream 6 has come. It is here. We've seen it. And now we're going to talk about it very briefly and spoiler free, of course. It's time for that rapid review, Birdie. What did you think of this movie, my friend?
I love him. I love him so much. Look at that beautiful bastard over there. Okay, sorry, I gotta quit daydreaming for a minute, but I am freaking serious, though. I will go ahead and say I loved it. I truly, honestly loved it. I think it has the potential to be better than 5. I am going to go to a second showing before a big spoiler, which is coming up very soon, in 2 days, actually, or 2 to 3 days, depending on this recording. So I fucking loved it, man.
I did too, man, and yeah, for me, it was way better than 5. Actually, I liked 5, but this movie was for the first time. I think really the first time in the franchise does a sequel actually come out that actually feels like it moves the franchise forward, and this movie did that. I think it felt different. It felt it had a different vibe to it. It didn't follow the same formula as all the movies before it, which every movie in this franchise does the same thing. This one did not. It goes out and it gives us new things right from the opening. That are very fresh for this franchise, and I really loved it for that. And honestly, I thought without Nev in it, Nev Campbell, I think it made it better. I mean, I love Nev Campbell. She's fantastic. She's the biggest part of this franchise, but they could finally take those training wheels off. I mean, it didn't feel like it was anchored to something. And yeah, I think it really grew as a franchise.
Dude, absolutely it did, and I think this movie really benefited for Sidney Prescott not being in this movie. So yeah, and plus we all knew that going in. So like I fucking loved it. Like again, I'm not going to try to say much because I don't want to spoil anything because we want a chance for you all to see it. But so let's go ahead and talk about our returning characters. Man, I thought they were so much better in this than the fifth one, because like the fifth one we were introduced to them, but in this one they definitely raised their game up to another level, and it really shows. And just their chemistry with one another is absolutely splendid.
Yeah, they really exploded. They took over this movie essentially, and the franchise for all intents and purposes. And I'm really glad that they did, because they're really starting to be more interesting than the original core group of characters. I mean, at least when you're talking about the Carpenter sisters, like as a duo, I mean, absolutely outstanding. They did a lot to build the relationship in this movie, a lot of interesting things. So I really appreciate it for that. And yeah, I think the franchise is in a great spot right now to continue moving forward. They did a lot of things for that.
Yeah, absolutely, it did. And then the newer characters, just after first watch, for the most part, I thought they were just okay, at the most part. But again, like, this ain't their movie; it's our returning characters. This movie of what is life after the events from the previous movie. So I thought this movie really did its job well, and like you said, Brad, this definitely carries the franchise into a very bright future that's full of light, love, and more importantly, green, money, dollar bill, y'all.
Dude, I hope it makes some stacks, man, for sure. Had some great
stuff. It's going to, man.
I think that it does what Randy always said a sequel should do. More blood, carnage candy. It's brutal as fuck. Like, it's obviously Ghostface is once again maybe more intimidating than ever in this movie. Freaking tearing shit up, slaying people, freaking busting in doors, all kinds of crazy shit. That was really epic. So he's really aggressive in this thing, and it's cool to see. And aside from that too, man, is that this New York atmosphere that we've seen so much in the marketing, I thought they utilized it perfectly. I thought it was balanced. It wasn't distracting at all. They gave us this lived-in New York that you could really feel. And I thought they put that stuff in there perfectly, and it was a much better attempt at using New York than Jason tried to do many years ago. Though, it definitely pays us homage to that too. So I think that's really cool too.
Yeah, man. And also, what this movie pays homage to is, of course, the past Scream movies. It does it so damn good while it respects the past, while also, again, like Brad says, it carries the franchise forward with characters that we actually care about. If you didn't think you care about our new characters as much in Scream 5, I promise you, you will care a lot more about them in this movie. Because, like, again, they raised them to a whole nother level because they had to, because again, trying to fill up to Nev Campbell's role of like carrying this franchise. Now it's the Carpenter sisters' turn, and I feel like they are really going to carry this franchise forward.
They're breaking them chains, man. They're breaking chains. They're breaking loose of the mold, and they're going for it. I like it. And you know what else I like, man, is something. But there's nothing else that I think I know. I don't know where that was going with that.
No, man. Like, again, it's hard to talk about this without really spoiling anything. So without further ado, Brad, I'm gonna go ahead and end it for me. I have no other feature comments except for I love it. Go see this movie immediately so it don't get spoiled for you.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Go check it out. And enjoy it, man. Take that ride and just go for the fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And be sure to always leave a comment down below. And please let it be spoiler free. We know what happens, so if you spoil it, we are not only going to delete your comment, but we're going to have to put the boots to you. And I guarantee it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. One last thing. They really did. The bringing back the character of Kirby, I thought really turned out nicely. I really liked what they did with her. I think she's better now than she was in 4. So I think it was really cool that they did that. And again, another legacy character treated very well.
Hell yeah. And I will go ahead and throw one thing. There is one little smidge if that happens at the very end of the credits. It's nothing like big. It's just silly. Stay for it. It is worth your time staying for the very end.
Yes.
Hell yeah. So yeah, again, be sure to leave that comment section. Please don't spoil anything. And Brad, where can they freaking support us?
Guys, if you all want to help us find the good reels, you can find us on all of our socials right down below. Patreon's down there as well. And be sure to tune in for our full spoiler review this weekend, our live interactive review, I should say. We're going to go deep into this thing.
We will go all the spoilers to Scream 6, so we expect you to be there because guess what? It's a Scream, baby! We'll see you then.